Thanks. My name is Janai Gilmore, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about Michigan Community Resources before we kick off this beautiful event. As quite a few of you who are here know, for the past 20 years, MCR has been providing a variety of resources to the nonprofit community in Southeast Michigan, building strong leaders, strong organizations, and ultimately a strong nonprofit network. At Michigan Community Resources, we define our capacity building work, building these strong leaders, nonprofits, and the strong network as a twofold process. On the one level, it's our goal to equip organizations with what they need to be more effective, to do the work that they're doing in communities even more effectively. On a second level, it means building the capacity for nonprofits and our partners in philanthropy, the corporate sector, and beyond, to work together collaboratively as a network to change some of the big systemic issues and dynamics that often prevent nonprofits from thriving. Today, that looks like offering legal guidance through our legal programs, our organizational development service offerings through office hours and other engagements, convening, for example, with the Kresge KIPD cohort to help nonprofits not only address their capacity building needs through peer learning and sharing, but also through coming together. So with that being said, I will turn the event over to our esteemed co-chair, Dotti Sharp, and I invite you to stay connected with MCR. If you aren't already, please subscribe to our newsletter, and thank you once again for being here this morning. Dotti.
Thank you, Janai. I was still muted. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I would like to tell you a little bit about how Power Up One Dedicated Woman started. And that started with a thought that, that the Lord gave me to honor women in the community who are doing the awesome work that they do every day because they love their city, they love their community. And women who are doing things like taking care of kids and keeping neighbors updated with what's going on in the community. They're doing cleanup, they're planting gardens. So the Power of One started with just an idea. And I didn't know how it was going to happen because I thought I had to provide everything. But then I was working with this awesome organization called Michigan Community Resources. And I mentioned it at that time to Shamil, about an idea that I wanted to honor women in the community. And Shamil loved the idea, took it to her boss. And from there, that's how we got started. In 2015, we planned the first Power of One Dedicated Woman event. And I am so thankful that I am in partnership with Michigan Community Resources because this can't happen without them. It just can't happen without them. And I didn't have the resources and I thought I had to. So I am so thankful that we have honored 43 women thus far since 2015. And here we are in 2021, still going strong. I hope one day to see the Power of One go to other cities. I would like to see it to go to other states because Detroit is not the only city where we have women doing what they do every day. So I'm just thankful and to have all you people here present to view this and to I want you to know that any dream that you have, it can come true. And this was just again something that the Lord gave me, and I waited a year or so before I acted on it, and then I finally got up enough courage to say, well, you know, let me put this out here and see what happens. And look what happened. Look what happened. All you awesome, beautiful women have been honored. And knowing, I want you to know that what you do not go unnoticed. It does not go unnoticed. It is being noticed. And that's why you are one of the Power One Dedicated Woman awesome honorees. So with that being said, I would like to turn it over to Amber to introduce our first winner.
Thank you, Dotti. This is my favorite part of the event every year. Each of our honorees will be introduced by the person who nominated them to receive this award. First up, I would like to welcome Sherry Burton to introduce our first honoree, RuShann Long.
Good morning. I am so honored and proud to introduce RuShann Long. RuShann Long, and we affectionately call her Ru. She started working with our neighborhood association in 2013, and she hit the ground with a question, and that blossomed into a commission to get rid of the blight that transcended into other areas that was seeking environmental justice for the neighborhood because of the businesses that we have. RuShann is just a wonderful person. She gives selfishly and tirelessly. She has a wonderful family that is growing up in the community, and she also worships in the community. We are so proud to have her. Midwest, which is the current name of our neighborhood, we like to deem it as a legacy neighborhood because a lot of us are in generational homes that were purchased by our parents, and we went away working and so involved in making a living that the neighborhood got away from us a little bit. But as I said, RuShann started with the Neighborhood Association in 2013, and she hit the ground running, and we are on the map. She is currently involved with Midwest Civic Council Block Club, Greenway Heritage Conservancy. She's the District 6 Advisory Committee member for the Joe Louis Greenway, and now she's spearheading a coalition with the business owners and the community. We like to say that Midwest is a place where legacy live, and we're so happy that RuShann lives here also. Thank you.
RuShann Long, and I belong to several organizations in the community: Midwest Civic Council Block Clubs, the Blight Task Force, Greenway Heritage Conservancy. My community is what we call a legacy community. I've lived here for most of 59 years. Decided to stay, me and my husband decided to stay in the community that we were raised in, stay in my parents' home. They're deceased now. And he also owns the home that his parents purchased. Growing up, believe it or not, I was very, very shy. Even until I went into the workforce, very shy, would not open my mouth. But then I got a job because I was laid off from General Motors. It was a recession back in the 70s. My sister said, why don't you come and try to apply for the state of Michigan? And I said, okay. So that 1 year turned into 36 years. And several different jobs from the bottom up. In that, I found there's so many interesting people out in this world. And a lot of times they need help in cutting through red tape. So that kind of formed me. I'm glad it's like a godsend. After the work and retiring, I sat around for 18 months and said, okay, what's next? And I started to look around in my neighborhood and saw that some things had happened that I had not realized. A lot of the blight, the housing market crash, and I went to my council person, and that's how I got involved, trying to deal with the blight in our community. Because the blight, to me, if you get rid of the blight, you can hold on to the residents, you can hold on to the community. I see so many young people come through that probably never had an opportunity. They've never seen, they didn't see the Detroit I saw. They live within this blight. They live with closed schools. So they don't see that they valued. They never escape these neighborhoods sometimes. They don't take vacations because the city also is a city full of poverty. So that motivates me to bring something better. Fight for a school, fight for retail, fight for businesses, fight for them to have the same opportunities that we had. I'm hoping that I'm making a difference in Detroit by offering what knowledge I've gained from being employed, knowing how to deal with government, going to door to residents in the community to see what needs they have. How can I find a solution for them? I hope I'm making a difference in my community because we're always fighting for our share of the pie.
Join me in welcoming RuShann Long.
Good morning, everyone. It's funny to sit here and see yourself on video. But I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to Michigan Community Resources, and thank you to the 2 people who nominated me for this. It was quite a surprise. And there's so many other people in your life that once you start looking back and know that you have to speak, I was like, there's so many people that poured themselves into me. It's not so much that we do this on our own or even with intentions at times. You see something and you know maybe that you can help out and you step in. Because naturally I couldn't do any of this without Sherry and with the anonymous person, whoever you are, that nominated me. Also without my family, upbringing, my parents, and all the wonderful women that I came in contact with. That's what I started thinking about. How many people took the time to help me, to move things out of the way, to encourage me to go forward? And I know it was so many, but I know my aunts, they were a strong influence after my parents. The lady across the street who encouraged all the children, pushed us forward. I even remember she used to go to the head of the class with us, but she actually had a ruler just like your teacher. It was serious for her. She wrote plays for us to perform in, even when we didn't want to. But she always took us around. She made her husband take us out on road trips every Sunday just to look at the city. And it's been so many more. The women on my job who encouraged me. As stated, I started at the bottom. I started as a client and moved up to a clerical, a worker, a supervisor, a program manager, and up to the executive level. It was because other women pushed me forward. So the power of one also can just go so many different ways with so many people in your life. I tried to plan a speech, but I do better just talking from my heart. I want to thank the women who work with me, who have opened so many doors, and all the organizations. It's many people in our communities that work hard every day to make a change, to a positive change. I can't name all of the organizations. I can't name each person off the top of my head, because if I do, I might miss somebody, and that would not be a good thing. So I just want to thank each and every person who we have come in contact with, that I come in contact with, who have pushed me forward, from our council person to my district manager, to the different organizations in this community. I just want to thank you, and I really, really appreciate this. It was just such a surprise. And I kept wondering who to pass this baton on to. And I know she's watching. You try to get the young people involved, and that's been a challenge in the communities. Like I said, they haven't seen anything positive, some of them. But then I looked a little closer, and I want to pass my baton on to my daughter, Erica. She's my middle daughter, but she thinks she's the mother of everybody. So I want to pass this on to you, Erica. I know you're so passionate and you're caring, and I want you to start looking at how you can make a change for yourself, for your children, and use that passion you have to move on and push for people in your community. I want to thank everybody again, and I'm so appreciative of this honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ru. Now I would like to invite Donna Lee Murray Brown to introduce us to our next honoree, Kelly Roper.
Thank you so much. I am so honored to be able to introduce the community, the broader community here on this platform to Kelly Earth, as we call her. Once in a lifetime, you're blessed and lucky to understand that you are benefiting from someone's vision, and their vision is so, so big. And while you're benefiting, you recognize the impact that they are making is much bigger than you. And so when you think about that, I think about Kelly. Kelly personally has touched my life, where she has really transformed my thinking. And she's done that through something very, very simple. It's simple because it's the movement of your body, and it's the transformation of your mind. And all of us know that when we're doing those kinds of things, those are probably simple things, but they are the hardest things for us to grapple with. And what Kelly has done for me has been transformational. But more importantly, what she's done for the community is that she's brought that same healing that I've experienced to hundreds and hundreds of people. And those people are all races, all ethnicities. And she's decidedly focusing on women and women of color. And she will bring you and assemble you to a park. She will come to your home. She will assemble you in a local gym, and she will bring people together through movement, through transformation of your mind, and affirmations that she provides you on a regular basis, that you recognize the power that you have in yourself. So she's taken that power of one, who she is, and she's expanded that to every person that she's met along the way. And these hundreds of people I've seen myself, I personally seen people who have been afflicted by some illness that have worked out with Kelly and have the ability to move, and then their move was stunted from illness. And she has reached out to them, has come to their house, has poured into them, and they have recovered. They've recovered, yes, through miracles, because we know that miracles exist, but they recovered because she transferred the power of hope that she had to other people, and they found that hope within themselves, and they themselves transformed their lives. I often know that there is a lack of access for exercise training, for fitness training, and for nutrition, and all those things that we know to be true. And she provides that access at no cost, or low cost, if anything at all. And what she's done is she has made a difference in so many people, that now that I've seen their growth and development, that they are extending themselves to others. And so I see you, Kelly. I've always seen you, and I am incredibly blessed to be in your orbit. And I know that I speak for hundreds of women and hundreds of people that you have touched, whether it be in a park, in a local gym, wherever you coming to their home. And during the pandemic, you came to us either virtually, or you came to our home and worked out in our backyards, or in our front yards, or in our living rooms. And you extended yourself in ways that only you know. But I'm hoping that people, by this particular opportunity, have a glimpse to know how powerful and how beautiful your spirit is. And I'm grateful, again, like so many others, to be in your orbit. So today I present to you Honoree Kelly Earth Roper.
My name is Kelly Roper. Kelly Earth is what I'm known by. My organization is High Frequency Training Systems. We're right here in Detroit. High Frequency Training Systems is an organization that I started to help people rise to a higher vibration, a higher frequency, so that life is just better. Right? I start with I use fitness as a modality to help people build the strength, the endurance, the flexibility to handle the issues that life brings forth. We have a lot of other things that we do, like Behind the Heels and Suits is our big conference that we do every year, and it's for women to be free. They can take off the mask and deal with the underlying issues. and it's super duper dope. But we love it so much. I'm excited. We got one coming up. Detroit is dope. Detroit is dope. You can find everything here, and it's a place where transformation is required. It's a place where growth and self-care is required, right? They say if you can make something happen in Detroit, you can go anywhere in the world and be like mega successful, because we got to work a little harder at it. I'm making a difference one person at a time, and it's just you build a person, you build a family, you build a community, you build a city, you build a state, you build a nation, you build a world. So it's healing myself and then being healed as an individual and allowing others to heal themselves. Just be in a safe space. Whatever it is that's in your heart or in your soul to do it. The universe is so generous and kind and supportive, and will send the help that you think you need.
Please join me in recognizing Kelly Roper.
Oh, it's for me to talk now, right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
I'm like, wow, who is that person? She's phenomenal. Like, what do you even say? When you're seen in that type of magnitude, like Donna, it has been an honor to be a part and a witness of your journey. Your evolution is undeniable and respectable and glorious, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the Michigan Community Resources for having this as an opportunity and to be among such amazing women, beings doing phenomenal things and being considered as one of those just being, right? God has gifted me with a nature that uplifts and heals and helps. And I don't know, the word grateful is the only thing that comes up for the opportunity to use those gifts and to be a part of so many journeys and to be a witness of so much growth and so much power. And I'm honored and really excited to expand on the offerings and to be able to help people move up and through, literally, right? We use fitness as a modality because without movement, nothing is possible, right? You have to be able to move physically, mentally, spiritually. Advancement is required. And if you can move, if you feel mentally blocked, that physical movement will push you into a new realm. You can't stay still. You can't stay stagnant when your body is actually moving. And it's so important. And we get caught up in day-to-day actions and functions, and we get bogged down and your body begins to feel heavy and tired, like you can't do your soul's work, but your body is actually required for the fulfillment of your soul. And so it is an honor and a privilege and a joy and all of those great things to be able to guide, witness, and be a part. So thank you so much. I don't have anything else to say, but thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Now I would like to invite Marilyn Mullane and Corinda Washington up to introduce our next honoree, Karen Washington.
Mute. So As we gather here today to celebrate the power of one dedicated woman, the phrase perfectly describes one powerful yet humble dedicated woman in Northeast Detroit, Karen Washington. I nominated Karen for this award because she defines it. I've known her for more than 30 years. I was trying to remember when we initially met, and I think it may have been back in the early SOS days, which was a predecessor to CDAD that many of you are familiar with. And that organization was fighting and advocating for moving more community development block grant funding from the downtown area into neighborhoods through nonprofits that were improving. In any event, her daughter, I got to know her more through her daughter, Karen, who was her office manager before she went to work for the Obama administration. And Corinda will now describe her mother in this introduction. Corinda, I'm sure that when you see what this one woman has done with her extraordinary leadership and service skills, you will agree that her scope and her vision for the neighborhood and her accomplishments in Northeast Detroit are nothing short of stunning. Rhonda?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Marilyn, and thank you, Michigan Community Resources, for honoring Karen this morning. And thank you for the license to allow me to call her Karen. Otherwise, I would be in trouble and have to call her mom. It started at 18340 John R. Street on the second floor of Emmanuel Episcopal Church. That is where the vision was born within Karen to make a greater impact in Northeast Detroit. She envisioned a vacant lot being transformed into a community park, which is the very park I believe she's standing in this picture on John R. Street. It's still thriving today. And then she went on to develop single-family homes for first-time home buyers, because in her mind, every community, every child, every family deserves a safe place to live, work, and play. Over 90% of those homeowners are still owning their homes and living in their homes today, and even survived the worst mortgage crisis that our country has ever seen. But she didn't stop there. Just when we thought it was time for retirement, and all of us were encouraging her to do so, she goes out and, along with her partner in crime, who I believe is watching today, they secured a $500,000 grant to restore parks in Northeast Detroit, and also advocated to save Lipke Recreation Center and Lipke Park, which resulted in a multi-million-dollar investment that we now know as Safe Play Detroit. That's who she is. This work is her life's work. It is what she would define as her calling, and that God has breathed into her an energy that only she can live through each day. She has said from hospital rooms and also through payless paydays that as long as God gives her another day, she has another day to make an impact. And so with that, I thank you for honoring Karen Washington today. And personally, I thank you for honoring my mom. Congratulations, Mom.
Karen Washington, and I'm the Executive Director of Emmanuel Community House. Emmanuel, its conception was 1977, and it was started out of the fact that there was a teacher strike, and they were concerned about the small children, preschoolers. So they started, Dr. Bowers at that time was the chair of the board. He started a program for preschoolers through the nonprofit. I came in 1985 with a list of all of the concerns of the community, which were many. And we decided that we needed to really then go back and engage the community and talk to them to see if these issues were real and what their priorities were. Everything that we do from Emmanuel, from the point I came on board, is community engaging, getting the people on board, finding what their desires are, finding what their needs are, not only living, but jobs and all of the things that come with being alive today and what we have to do to survive in the city of Detroit, which is many things that we have to do. My concern is the end user, that family, that child that's going to need this information down the road somewhere, I don't know where, but we are here to put things in them so they can sustain themselves and have a quality of life. And quality of life is in every project, program that I ever think about doing. Is this going to improve the quality of life for the residents who live and work in this community? The main thing that I learned is that we know we all need money to do the work, but not letting money stop you from moving forward, or at least have the expectation that it's going to get done. Now, I don't have all the answers today of how it's going to get done. I don't know who all is going to come to the table, but I have faith enough to believe that I'm not going to quit until it gets done. It's been with those steps. Do you believe that it's worth doing? Yeah, I do. Well, then you got to get to finding those resources to get it done, and then you work until you get it done. So.
Join me in welcoming Karen Washington.
Well, it's a good day in Detroit. I'm so excited and overwhelmed that I was chosen. I'm still basking in the presence of being selected as one person trying to improve the quality of life for individuals in the city of Detroit. It is an awesome task, and without God on my side, I wouldn't be able to do half of the things that were selected for me to do. I said, before the foundation of the world, God knew that I would be doing this kind of work, and enjoy really working with families and children and giving them an opportunity to enjoy their community. Community is so important. And for years, I think Detroit put the community on the back burner. And we were worried about downtown, but I'm concerned about the neighborhood where people live, work, and play. And we want to give them an opportunity to do just that. So for all of those who have, and the visionary, without a vision, people do perish. So I thank you for the visionary for the power of one. And we women know when we get something in our head, we're going to get it done. And so I'm thankful for that. So Marilyn, thank you so much for thinking and considering me and the efforts that we put forth. And the leadership at MCR, certainly for embracing the vision and moving it forward. And it's amazing what you can do when there's one person will push. And today in Detroit, we still have to push to get things done. I'm involved with several groups in the community, and we have a new project coming up. We were donated a greenhouse. So that's my next venture in terms of getting that up and running and getting food to families so they can survive and thrive in the future. So we are, again, thankful and grateful. And as you notice, that families is always a part of what I've decided to do. But the other thing is my family is very important to me as well. So my husband and my children have supported me over the years. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten done. So I'm thankful to see my daughter online today, and she's picked up the vision. We haven't shifted the center to her yet, but she's in DC doing good work. So I'm just grateful, and thank you so much for the opportunity. And I will support in the future. Thank you.
Next up, I would like to introduce Kim, Theus, and Joy James forward to introduce us to our next honoree, Rhonda Theus.
Hello and good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Rhonda Theus. I've known Rhonda my entire life. She's my sister, my partner, and my best friend. I'd like to share a story when we were younger and I was being teased and bullied by some kids on our block, and Rhonda, being the big sister that she is, did not throw hands or fight, but she went down and just really explained the type of person that I was, a little shy. And Rhonda has carried that spirit with her through her entire life, defending people and standing up. And I'm just so proud of the work that she's doing in Detroit, and specifically in the East Canfield Village neighborhood where we were born and raised. Rhonda is just such a tireless leader and cheerleader for our community. To date, she has raised over $100,000 that has been invested directly in our community. She's formed the Canfield Alliance Network Community Group, which just pulls together all the different blocks in the East Canfield Village so that we can work together to make improvements in our community. Rhonda has served on the Neighborhood Advisory Commission for the Fiat Chrysler expansion and advocated for needs for our community that were being overlooked. Rhonda has overseen the implementation of 2 community gardens in our neighborhood, which are community assets. We don't have a community or neighborhood park, so a lot of our residents meet in these green spaces. And she's also spearheading our newest project, the East Canfield Pavilion. Rhonda considers East Canfield Village her legacy. The home that she lives in was passed down from our parents, and the work that she does honors their memory and also helps just to keep the legacy of many other legacy homeowners in the East Canfield Village alive. I'm so proud of the work that she's doing. I know our parents would be too. It's my honor to just to have nominated Rhonda because she deserves this. And I think that all the other women do, but I just want her work to be recognized because she works tirelessly. You know, during the day, she works at her job, and at night she makes phone calls and texts people. And it's just so incredible to see the love that she's pouring into this community. So with that, I'll hand it over to Joy.
Thank you, Kim. I'm so grateful to call Ms. Rhonda a mentor, friend, and partner in this fight for justice and equity. Whether you've known Ms. Rhonda for your whole life, like Kim has, or whether you've recently met her, it is evident the love that she has for East Canfield Village and its legacy Detroiters. When I moved to East Canfield Village 9 months ago, I kept hearing, "You need to meet Ms. Rhonda." And once I did, I immediately knew why. Ms. Rhonda goes above and beyond to ensure that residents in our community have the resources they need and feel supported in everything that they do. Back in June, when flooding impacted East Canfield, I woke up to a text from Ms. Rhonda asking if my basement was okay. And pretty soon, I and many others were being sent resources to get in touch with the city government, to file a claim with FEMA, and was soon walking in our community collecting the stories of my neighbors to advocate for change. Or in May, when fires impacted the community, Ms. Rhonda was the first one at the fire station trying to better understand what she could do to support and protect her community. In addition to this, Ms. Rhonda has worked hand in hand with Kim and all of East Canfield Village residents to bring their vision for the community to life in raising hundreds of thousands of dollars to implement community projects. And when sometimes you just don't need a project or large funding, Ms. Rhonda is there to send you a beautiful Monday morning text or give you a random act of kindness to let you know that you can shine on for the whole week, whether you believe it or not. Ms. Rhonda, I know I speak for all of East Canfield Village and those who know you when I say we are so grateful for the way that you show up and amplify our voices and advocate for justice to ensure that the legacy of this community is known and celebrated. And you always look fly while doing it. Congratulations, I'm so happy for you.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Theus, and I'm co-founder of Canfield Consortium. My community is called East Canfield Village. The name is fairly new. It's a community, I grew up here. My parents moved here in 1967, and I moved here. It was a great working class neighborhood. And then over time, there was a lot of depopulation, neglect, political disenfranchisement that caused the community to decline. We being my sister Kim, the co-founder, and I, that there was a lot of great people that still remained in the neighborhood. They are legacy Detroit residents, and how we define legacy Detroit residents are people who are living in homes that were passed down from great-grandparents, grandparents, and parents. And so although the community declined, they chose to stay here. We chose to stay here because of the legacy that our parents and our grandparents and great-parents created. I have a deep passion for, people in Detroit, especially Black people, because there's such a huge gap. There's the wealth gap, and then the equality gap, and so just want to be a part of, closing that gap and allowing the Black Detroiters to be able to be a part of the growth of the city, because the growth that's happening in the city is amazing. When I hear the word Detroit, so many things come to mind. Home, passion, legacy. This is a great city with a great history, and those are the things that really I think about when I think about Detroit. No matter how challenging what you're trying to do gets, if you always focus on the people that are important, that you're doing this for, the residents, the people in the community, that will always, spur you on and keep you going. Yeah, there's times when you have to get your rest and take care of yourself and focus on you so that you and pour into yourself so that you can continue to do the work, because it is tiring work, but always making sure that you're staying engaged with the people in which you're serving. That has helped me so much during times when I was like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? So those are the things that I would share with a woman who's thinking about, doing this work.
Please join me in recognizing Rhonda Theus.
Hey. Good morning, everyone. This has been, just such an incredible opportunity, and this whole presentation has been overwhelming. I, first want to thank, Dotti Sharp for, following the prompting of God to have this award. And then I also would love to thank Michigan Community Resources for supporting Dotti and making this come to fruition to be what it is today. I just want to thank so much Joy James for nominating me, and for my sister Kim for nominating me as well. We do a lot of great work, and we want so much to see the forgotten neighborhoods in Detroit thrive, and to see Detroit residents who have been committed, legacy residents who have been committed to the city, have a great quality of life and be included
in the growth and revitalization of the city. And it is just really, it feels so good to be recognized in this way because, we're all hearing the stories of all these incredible women. I can feel the heart and that we're all doing this, to have an impact on Detroit and on the residents of Detroit. And then to be able to be recognized in such a great way in the work that we're doing. We've been supported by, some great organizations with getting us funding. But the biggest thing is just really seeing the impact on the community and on the residents. Kim and I were talking yesterday when we were looking at a site that we're working on now, and just thought about, how the community has shifted in a positive way. I remember when, I moved back to my childhood home and, walked around the neighborhood, prayed around the neighborhood to manifest positivity and high vibrational energy into shift. And then we were walking around and it was just, the neighborhood is so peaceful and it has such great energy. And the spirit of community is coming back. Because when I moved back, there were 2 drug houses down the street. There was a lot of petty theft going on. There were police in and out of the neighborhood. There were shootings. Those things are no longer occurring. And so many people that we're working with and talking about our neighborhood to help us to fund for future projects and to come and just take a look at our neighborhood. One of the first things they say is they could feel the energy and they're like, oh, it's just so peaceful. It feels so good here. And a lot of times, when we're doing the work, we just kind of go from project to situation from fire to fire to make things happen. But, Kim and I are realizing that, we need to stop and look at what we've accomplished so far. And this is something that gives us an opportunity to do that. And I just really want to reiterate how grateful I am for this award and to be honored in this way. God always knows how to, bring things in to give me the encouragement and pour into me to help me to continue to move forward. And this award is just really one of those things that has helped me to spur me on and, to give me that extra strength that I need to move forward to the next phase of what we're doing in the East Canfield Village neighborhood. So again, I just want to thank you guys again for this recognition and this great honor. And, and I look forward to continuing to do great work in our community to benefit the Legacy Detroit residents. Thank you so much.
Thank you and congratulations, Rhonda. I do want to just make note, we are running a little over time, but please hang with us because you do not want to miss what's coming up. I would like to invite Samara Etheridge, my apologies, and Ben Ratner to introduce us to our next honoree, Kathleen Hurd.
Good morning. I am honored today to introduce Ms. Kathleen Hurd. Ms. Kathleen Hurd has changed the Brightmoor neighborhood where she and her family moved in the mid-90s through creating a space by women for women to connect with each other and learn about issues that affect their neighborhood. Ms. Kathleen started her organization, Damsel, Take Your Crown, in 2014 as a way to bring women of her neighborhood together to break bread and, in her words, to just talk. Over the years, she has worked to amplify the voices of women in our community through sharing their stories to help them feel empowered and to heal. She's hosted talks on interracial relationships, dealing with abuse and trauma, and most recently interviewing women who have survived COVID and have lost loved ones to COVID in her project called Shoulder to Lean On: Victims of COVID. Ms. Kathleen's dedication to caring for her neighbors was especially admirable during the pandemic. Last December, she organized a Christmas giveaway where families could come and shop for whatever they wanted, because she wanted families to have a Christmas during a year where many couldn't celebrate in the way that they normally do. She works by collaborating with organizations and bringing people together to bring her and also to have. So on behalf of myself and my family and our community, I want to say thank you to Ms. Kathleen Hurd for the work that she's doing and being such an asset to our community. So thank you, Ms. Kathleen.
My name is Kathleen Johnson Hurd, and my organization is Damsel, Take Your Crown. I really have been doing this my whole life. Just always want to help somebody, do something, feel some need somewhere. My mother said I used to go looking for stuff, go looking for something to help somebody to help. And it was, I had to have gotten it from her. I had to. So living here in Brightmoor, this is considered a blighted area. And some cities have no houses at all. So it wasn't like that when we lived here back in the 90s. It was really a little country town. There are very few vacant lots and very few empty houses. My vision is for it to rise out of the ashes. It has come, it has gone from beauty to beast. And I wanted to get back up and keep moving. And I know everything won't ever be the same again, but if we could just get our minds to think differently, things can go in a different direction. So I've just been trying to fit in, and one of the mottos and missions of Damsel, Take Your Crown is to feel the need, simply to feel the need. So that's what I've been trying to do, fill the need here in Brightmoor and anywhere else I can. I actually started Damsel, Take Your Crown in 2016, and I began it with brunches in the garden with women. Whatever woman wanted to come by, if you was driving by, stop on in. Yeah, and, hey, come on over. Don't just sit, come on over. And people in the neighborhood, friends, family, and we just got together and talked about different things that were important. I did a brunch for women in sobriety, and I put in information on my Facebook page that said, hey, I need donations, gently used clothing or whatever you have, new, whatever you got. And I got a house and garage full of donations. Stuff was everywhere. Oh my God. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, but it was overwhelming at the same time. But the obstacle that I overcome is not being able to physically move, but my mind can still go. So it's like a bird. A bird could fly anywhere. My mind can go anywhere. Although my body can't, but my mind can go free. And as long as I use that, I can still create. I can still get things done.
Finally, I would like to.
Oh, hang on, Dotti. Join me, Kathleen.
Oh.
Hello. I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Kathleen. Go ahead.
Hi. Thank you, everyone. I'm so sorry. My living room was kind of dark this morning. But I want to say thank you to everyone. And thank you to each of my friends that are on here today. I was supposed to have a watch party, but I've gotten sick. So I had to cancel everything. So I'm still grateful. I'm still blessed. I'm still happy. I am so humbled. I appreciate you. And for each of you women, thank you who are also honorees. Thank you for what you do. It is overwhelming at times. It is difficult. It causes a lot of heartache at times. But to know that I'm doing something that God expects me to do and wants me to do fills me with so much expectation and anticipation for each and every day, knowing what my next move will be, what my next project will be. And I want to be able to pass these batons on to two young women who I have met, Alison Kahn and Danielle Kovacevic. I met them last September. They did a workshop for women who live in Detroit who are not able to get the kind of training that other women are able to get. And it was one of the most beautiful 2 days of my life. And since the event, I have always been able to count on them for any and everything that I need. And I appreciate them so much. So I'm passing this on to them because there's much work to be done here in Detroit. And I want you all to be able to get it done. Thank you.
Finally, I'd like to invite Takora Brookins up to introduce us to our final honoree this year, Myaia Holmes.
Thank you, Dotti. Hello, everyone. My name is Taquayan Brookins. And before I proceed with thanking Ms. Myaia, I just want to say thank you to MCR for inviting me to this amazing event. I know I'm here on business, but I can't express how filling and how just inspirational this call has been. I absolutely was not expecting this. This is my first introduction to the Power of One award ceremony, but from the honorees to the panelists that are presenting our honorees and all of the amazing even attendees that I know and recognize on this event today, I can definitely say that the spirit is in the Zoom. I have been holding back tears. And so I know we're running back a little past time, and so I won't hold you all long, but I just wanted to just give you all kudos for this amazing event. This is probably one of the most inspirational events I've attended during the pandemic, and we've been here, 2 years now. So, and I hold a lot of virtual events myself. So just kudos for such an amazing event, and congratulations to all of our honorees. You all have just given so much to us just in the short amount of time that you've accepted your awards and the words that you've shared. I feel encouraged as a fellow, Detroit native that is committed to community work. This has meant so much to me. I say all that to announce our last, but certainly not least honoree for the day, Ms. Myaia Holmes. I personally met Ms. Myaia Holmes a year ago when she agreed so graciously to serve on the board for my nonprofit, the Minority Freedom Community Fund. Myaia serves as our first vice president of programs, where she helps to design our program strategy for our national virtual organization committed to improving the lives of minorities in our country. But one of the reasons that I was so impressed when I saw her application come across, and I don't say this lightly, I'm a millennial and a hard worker. And so it's very hard to impress me, but I can honestly say I was beyond impressed that at the tender age of 23, Myaia has accomplished so much in her life and in her career already, all committed to community justice. She serves as the executive director for the Metro Detroit Mutual Aid, where she actually developed an organizer and training fellowship program to teach other young people how to be community organizers. She also serves as the Michigan Regional Organizer for the National Domestic Workers Alliance. Definitely just beyond inspirational and supportive in all that she does for the Minority Freedom Community Fund. But I just wanted to give her an opportunity to get her flowers, even at a young age. I personally know that when you're young and you're out there trying to, understand the issues of our society and be a solution to it, it can be very hard. And so I wanted to encourage her, to recognize her, to tell her that she's seen, but to also just encourage other young people that you don't have to be a certain age in order to impact your community. You can start impacting your community at any stage, whether you're 15, 22, 23, 53, the community can benefit from what you have. And so with that, I would like to introduce you all to Miss Myaia Holmes.
My name is Myaia Holmes. I am the Executive Director of the Metro Detroit Mutual Aid, Vice President of Programs with the Minority Freedom Community Fund, the Program Manager with the National Domestic Workers Alliance, and Resource Manager with Access, also a Deal Fellow. Well, I'm 23. I was born in Detroit, grew up predominantly in Atlanta, Georgia, Stone Mountain technically, and I started the Metro Detroit Mutual Aid in 2016 as a capacity building organization for nonprofits who do mutual aid work, and then got into mutual aid organizations only. And I think sort of for me, the idea behind mutual aid, some reliance on community rebuilding community, right? Because I don't think a lot of us live in communities anymore where we know our neighbors and they know us, and we are able to build really self-sustainable communities. Detroit is sort of the all-American city, and so I think in that way, Detroit has always reflected the state of the country. We, had the sort of idyllic 1950s, you can work in a factory and your wife can stay at the house with your 2 kids and you can buy that house and and live off of that, and now we have a whole lot of gentrification and abandoned buildings, and I think that's sort of the all-American experience now. So that's what I think about when I think about Detroit. But I also of course think about all of the individuals and all of the organizations that are doing tremendous work to make sure that the city also leads the charge in recreating what it means to be American and what it means to be a person and what it means to live in a community. For instance, when you need a roll of toilet paper because a pandemic just started and we're all freaking out and buying up all of the toilet paper because it's the end of days, creating not only a system where you can say, well, these are people who I know have toilet paper and will give me some, not asking anything in return, but also changing the ideas of what it means to live in a city and what it means to have neighbors and what it means to live in a system of distrust, what it means to actually trust people again, just off the basis of humanity. I think the question is not how you can support me, but rather how you can support the mutual aid organizations in your community, because we are trying to divest from, 1, centralized leadership, and 2, these giant nonprofits that are just like running things. So what you can do is go to mutualaidhub.com and they put in your zip code and they will tell you your nearest mutual aid organization. And then if you just don't have one, which I promise you do, then you can go to the Metro Detroit Mutual Aid. You can just Google us, or it's detmutualaid.com, and find some information there.
Please join me in recognizing Myaia Holmes.
Yay. Oh, geez. I feel like video version of me is so much cooler than me in real life. I was like, who is that? Truly, truly, truly. I know we're a little over time, and I like to let my work mostly speak for itself. But I do want to, of course, thank clients specifically and the Minority Freedom Community Fund, as well as Michigan Community Resources, for the honor. It is interesting to feel seen for one's work when I've never felt seen in my work before. So it has been an honor and has sort of forced me to question some things as well, which I always enjoy. All of the work that I do is for the communities that I belong to and for the communities I think that are most affected by really poor legislation and by a system, again, as I said in the video, of distrust of self and of distrust of others. You know, Black folks, queer folks, disabled folks, working class folks, all of us here on the ground just trying to survive and fight for our individual families. I implore everyone, as always, to read up on mutual aid, to form mutual aid coalitions, because we can care for ourselves and have been for time immemorial. And at that, I will say thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations, Myaia. We have a remarkable group of women here, and I am loving the spirit is in the Zoom and the excitement is in the chat, and I'm loving seeing everything come through. So keep the support going, because I would like to call up Alicia Opperman to share some more amazing women with you.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. We were so fortunate this year to receive so many remarkable women who were nominated for this award. And while we had time to hear 6 of their stories today, there was a whole army of women behind them that are also having tremendous impact in their work in the city. And so we just wanted to take a moment to quickly share all their names with you. And while you may not be able to connect with them virtually today, we're happy to connect you. So you can reach out to us at MCR and we can make that connection for you. So please join me in congratulating our nominees. I'll only read the first names for the sake of time, but Adriana, Amina, Angela, Berhenda, Bernita, Brandy, Brittany, Chastity, Claire, Darnetta, Deborah, Denise, Daniva, Fabiola, Garnett, Ginny, Glenda, Celestia, Hanita, Harriet, Jackie, Katrina, Kimberly, Lakeisha, Lamonda, Latoya, Lisa, Louise, Miriam, Michelle, Monique, Patricia, Ruby, Sharon, Sherry, Sylvia, Teresa, Taisha, Vanita, and Yvette. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Alicia. We had a record number of nominations this year. We had 62 nominations submitted for 49 different women, meaning many women were nominated more than once, which is phenomenal. The spirit behind this award, as you saw several of the ladies lift up, is a baton. The spirit is to recognize the unsung women who set an example of what one woman can do to make a difference in her community. Each honoree is given 2 batons, one for her to keep and remind her of that spirit and her power, and a second to pass on both literally and figuratively her passion and knowledge to someone who will help continue and grow the work she is doing. In addition to their batons, each woman has received a Spirit of Detroit Award from the Detroit City Council District 6 office for her service. Each year we honor 6 women, and being in our 7th year, we now have a powerful group of 43 honorees who are continuing to better their communities and inspire those around them. Each woman on this list is beyond deserving of the recognition here and every single day for the lasting impact they are having on their neighborhoods. I can't wait to see where life continues to take you all. And please know, as it's already been said, MCR is always here to support you. To help us close us out and leave us on an inspirational note, I'd like to welcome MCR's Chief Executive Officer, Myaia Dobbs, to the mic.
Good morning, everyone. I think the inspiration is already in the room. So this is a very, very, very difficult act to follow. And yes, the spirit is in the Zoom this morning. So let me say, this is an incredible morning. I want to just give my own personal congratulations to all the incredible winners today, to all the nominees today. This day is by far my favorite work day of the year because this anchors who we are as an organization. One, the fact that we honor and lift up and support all of you, that we take very seriously the things that you bring to us. Dotti, we love you. Thank you for trusting us with God's message to you, with your vision to be able to carry this through. It is an honor to work alongside you to see this through. And again, you know, the spirit of power of one is the recognition not only of all of the incredible women that are here today, all of the amazing, probably incredible women that are participating on Zoom who I can't see, but quite frankly, just incredible Detroiters who are holding down communities one block at a time, one house at a time, one human at a time. And this event is our way of saying thank you. We see you, we honor you, we will do everything we can to lift you up. So in closing, I want to give a thanks to my team. I have the best team in the world. Of course, what leader wouldn't say that, but I do. I have the best team in the world. Thank you, Amber, for, as always, putting off a flawless event. Normally, we would break bread in person. We would be there to hug and kiss and have tears, but we are all safe at home. But the energy is still here. The love is still here. The honor is still here. We most certainly couldn't do this without our sponsors. So thank you to everyone who gave $1 or more to support this event. This is just an incredible way of not only supporting our organization, but supporting the women and the work that they do. And for those who were saying, I didn't get a chance to give, guess what? It's not too late. If you have your cell phone, grab it and you can text POW to 202-858-1233. It's on the screen, but I'll say it again because I know everyone has their phone in their hands. Text POW to 202-858-1233. Give $1, give whatever you can. But again, this is really about supporting incredible women doing work in the neighborhoods. And in closing, as a mother of 4 girls, yes, 4, pray for me. Here is to strong women. Yeah. May we know them, may we be them, and may we raise them. Thank you all and have a wonderful and blessed morning. All right, Amber, I'll turn it back to you.